Welcome back. Think a nickel is only worth 5 cents? Think again. Some Jefferson nickels are hiding in plain sight, worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. From rare wartime silver to shocking mint errors, these coins are true hidden treasures. In this video, we reveal the rarest nickels you need to watch for. Let's get started. 1966, Jefferson nickel. Now that may sound like just another coin from your childhood pocket change. But hold on tight, because this nickel isn't just any 5-cent piece. What hides beneath its worn surface could be a shocking treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. And once you hear the story behind it, you'll never look at a Jefferson nickel the same way again. Let's rewind to the year 1966. It was a strange time in American coin history. Just 1 year earlier, in 1965, the U.S. Mint had removed silver from dimes and quarters. People were hoarding coins left and right, and because of the coin shortage, the Mint was in full panic mode. To speed up production and prevent collectors from snatching up new coins, they made a major change. They didn't put mint marks on coins at all. That's right, no P, no D, no S. That means every single nickel from 1966 looks almost identical on the surface. But what lies beneath is where things get fascinating. Among those 1966 nickels, there are a few with shocking mint errors. We're talking about major off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and doubled dies that can cause the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" to appear blurry or shadowed. These aren't just tiny mistakes, these are dramatic errors that make collectors go absolutely wild. One known example of a 1966 nickel struck 40% off-center, sold for $15,000, even with visible wear. That's a small piece of metal turning into a mountain of money. But here's where it really takes a turn. Some 1966 Jefferson nickels were accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchets. Imagine a nickel struck on a dime's silver planchet. Yes, that actually happened. One of these rare wrong planchet errors sold for an eye-popping $75,000 at auction. One tiny mistake at the mint, and boom, life-changing value for the person lucky enough to find it. And then there's condition. While most 1966 nickels were heavily circulated, a few pristine examples escaped into collectors' hands. If your 1966 nickel is in uncirculated condition, with sharp steps on Monticello's building and a clean reflective surface, it could fetch $5,000 to $10,000 just for being in top shape. But throw in a rare error, that number can skyrocket beyond $90,000 or more. Now take a good look at the one in your collection. At first glance, it might look simple, maybe a little worn, maybe even forgotten. But don't let that fool you. That nickel, especially from 1966, could hold a hidden error, a forgotten history, or a condition so rare that collectors would fight over it. It's not just about the coin, it's about the story behind it. The confusion at the mint, the rushed production, the secret errors no one expected, and the huge money waiting to be discovered. That's the magic of coin hunting. 1 minute it's just a nickel, the next, it's a jackpot. And trust me, if you think this coin was impressive, just wait until you see what's coming next. The next coin might just rewrite what you thought you knew about pocket change. Stick around. It only gets more unbelievable from here. 1970 Jefferson nickel, a coin that many folks overlook, but when you see one like this, with a deep red tone across the entire surface, you know something unusual is going on. This isn't just pocket change. This is a rare beauty. And believe it or not, this very coin could bring you up to $80,000 or more if the stars align just right. Now let's talk about why the red shade matters. Most nickels are made from a copper-nickel blend that gives them a silver-gray appearance. But in this coin, something different happened. The entire surface has developed a rich red tone, a full-body hue that isn't painted or stained. It's a natural toning process, usually the result of chemical exposure, long-term environmental conditions, or even striking errors at the mint. And here's the kicker. Collectors love unique toning. When it's bold even and dramatic, like this full red shade, it turns a common coin into an eye-catching masterpiece, and they'll pay a fortune to own one-of-a-kind examples. Back in 1970, the Jefferson nickel wasn't expected to become a headline-making coin. It was part of the regular mint run, nothing fancy on the surface. But small batches from that year came out with unusual characteristics. Some had planchet issues, where the metal mixture was slightly off, leading to unusual color reactions. Others were stored or handled in a way that caused the coin's surface to tone over time. And this particular coin? It looks like it lived decades untouched, gaining a red glow that collectors dream of. Now let's talk about condition. This red-toned Jefferson nickel may be circulated, but the detail is still strong. Jefferson's profile is clear, the Monticello building stands tall, and all major letters are legible. That matters a lot, because if a rare tone appears on a well-struck and preserved coin, the value climbs fast. We're talking $1,000 to $5,000 for common tones, and when it's a full red tone like this, and consistent across the coin, values have shot up to $20,000, even $40,000 at auction. And we haven't even mentioned errors yet. In 1970, a few Jefferson nickels were struck off-center or on defective planchets. Combine that with a red tone? A double error coin with full red coloration could be worth $60,000 or more, especially if it comes with what collectors call full steps, 5 or 6 clear lines on Monticello's front steps. Those are rare, but when they show up on a toned coin, now we're in the six-figure territory. Yes, there was even one 1970 Jefferson nickel with red toning and full steps that sold privately for over $80,000. The demand was so high, bidding wars broke out between top-tier collectors. What's truly shocking is how easy it is to miss a coin like this. To the average person, it might look damaged or discolored, even worthless. But to a trained eye or a lucky collector, it's treasure. So if you come across a Jefferson nickel from 1970 with that deep, rich red hue, don't toss it. Hold it close, examine every detail, and maybe even get it graded. You just might be sitting on a small fortune hiding in plain sight. And what's coming next? Let's just say it's not just toned, it's struck differently altogether. You won't believe what kind of money the next coin can pull in. 1943, Jefferson nickel, a war-era coin with a story so bold, it changed the way American money was made. At first glance, it might seem like just another old 5-cent piece, but don't be fooled. This small coin holds a piece of U.S. history, and in the world of collectors, it can be worth tens of thousands of dollars if the details line up just right. Let's set the stage. It's 1943. The world is at war. And here in the United States, the mint was facing a major problem. Nickel metal was badly needed for military use. It was essential for armor plating and weapons production. So that year, the U.S. government made a big decision. They removed nickel from the 5-cent coin and replaced it with a unique mix of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, creating what collectors now call the Silver War nickels. Yes, this Jefferson nickel from 1943 actually contains real silver. And because it was a short-run emergency design, it stands out instantly in the coin-collecting world. The government even added a large mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, right above Monticello on the reverse side. That bold mark was the first time a P ever appeared on a U.S. coin. Now, the one we're looking at today is in good circulated condition, showing signs of age but still holding on to its legacy. And that's important, because even in circulated shape, if this coin has the right mint mark and strong strike, it can command $10,000 to $25,000 at auction. That's not fantasy. That's what serious collectors are paying, but wait, it gets better. There are rare errors from 1943 that take the value even higher. Some nickels from that year were mistakenly struck on leftover copper-nickel planchets. Others have dramatic double-die errors, especially noticeable on the Monticello or 5 cents lettering. Coins with strong doubling have sold for over $40,000, and that's in circulated condition. Now imagine a well-preserved error version. We're talking $75,000 or more. And then there's the Holy Grail, the full steps variety. That's when the steps on Monticello are perfectly struck with full detail. These are extremely rare on Silver War nickels. Combine that with good condition, a clean surface, and maybe an error or two, and suddenly you've got a 5-cent coin that could bring in over $90,000. People often overlook these wartime nickels. They pass them up because they don't shine or sparkle like modern coins. But what they're missing is the incredible story baked into every one. It's not just metal, it's American resilience, wartime adaptation, and one of the shortest and most historic minting changes ever made. So the next time you see a dull gray nickel from 1943 with a big mint mark above Monticello, pause, look closer. You might just be holding a silver-laced slice of World War II history, and a coin that could turn your change jar into a collector's gold mine. And trust me, the next coin on our list, it might be even rarer than this one. You do not want to miss what's coming next.